Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy, and here is my non-spoiler review for Hypnotic. Hypnotic is directed by Robert Rodriguez and stars Ben Affleck, Alice Braga, and Willian Fichtner. When a detective learns that his missing daughter and a string of high-profile bank robberies might be connected, he must go on a mind-bending journey to find his daughter and stop the secret government agency behind the madness. Hypnotic. This was one of the movies that I actually didn't get to see the trailer for before going in, and if you are a regular on this channel, you know that Dustin and I do a lot of trailer reactions, so most of the time we go into a movie having seen at least one trailer, at least one TV spot, and etc. So I knew that this movie was coming out. I had no idea it was going to be directed by Robert Rodriguez. I knew that Ben Affleck was in it because I saw the poster, and that's all I knew. So going in blind was actually really refreshing. So this movie, as you just heard me go over the synopsis, it's a suspense thriller. Because it's in the title, Hypnotic, it does have to do with hypnosis and etc. And this movie is like part Inception, part, I don't want to say Matrix, but I'll go into it a little bit. So Ben Affleck plays the detective. His daughter goes missing. She was kidnapped at the park at a young age, and he has never been able to get over it. So at the top of the movie, he is in therapy to help regain the memory from what happened sort of immediately after the kidnapping, because his brain has blocked some of that out, and he also needs to go through the evaluations in order to go back to working as a detective. So after this session, he is cleared, he is able to go back. He was not able to really recall the memories, but what happens is there is has also at the same time a string of high-profile bank robberies. So as a detective, he goes on the stakeout with his partner and his crew, and they go and do this thing, and that is where crazy things starts to happen. There is a man, and they're in the stakeout truck car kind of doing surveillance, and basically watch this man, like Professor X, whisper into a woman's ear, and she starts doing the things that he like mentally suggests to her, like feeling, saying the opposite of what the weather was. Like, let's say, for example, if the weather was cold, she was like, oh my god, it's so hot in here.
It's very hot today. It's like a furnace.
And he sort of does the same with a bunch of people, and that is how he is able to very easily rob banks without leaving so much trails, because these innocent people are in no way connected at all. Basically, they were there, wrong place, wrong time. There had been a few robberies before that, so Ben Affleck's character looked into it, and basically this guy is not looking after money. He's not going after money. All he's going after are specific safety deposit boxes. So Ben Affleck kind of gets ahead of the guy. He goes in, he finds that direct deposit or that safety deposit box, and he finds, which I was so surprised, and this is top of the film, I feel like I need to say this, I don't really consider this spoiler. He finds a Polaroid of his daughter with a very specific like message that's written on the Polaroid, and his interest is certainly piqued, because it just went from a bank robbery to somehow, why does somebody, I don't know who this person is, coming after a safety deposit box with a Polaroid of my daughter. So with any stories, that's kind of like cat and mouse chase, detective going after clues, and every time you unravel something, there's more information, new characters, and etc. So I don't want to go too far into that, because if you do plan to see this movie, then I want you to experience that, yourself. But hypnosis, as you can tell from the title, plays a big part in this movie. So in a way, you have to sort of suspend your belief, because there are like that one character who has to do with the bank robbery, who is a very powerful hypnosis. Like, he can whisper a sentence of suggestion into your ears, and all of a sudden you'll believe that the world is flat or something crazy like that. Overall, the cat and mouse chase, the trying to figure out who is really behind all of this, is he going to find his daughter, who is this man behind the bank robberies, is actually so much fun. Like, I love movies like that, because you also get to play detective as the audience, and you're trying to figure out who, what, where, when, and how. And you add the hypnosis element to that, you also have to decipher, is this real or is this what they want you to see, because they talk a lot about the hypnosis construct. So while the performances are great, the action is a lot of fun to watch, I feel like the dialogue left a lot to be desired, as well as character arc and development. I feel like the style of dialogue and the way certain things are said, where you're kind of scratching your head and like, these lines are kind of a little cheesy. There's a reason for it, and that gets sort of revealed, and you'll see the reason why as we get close to the end of the film, so I won't go into that here. But I feel like they could have taken up some time for the characters, especially Ben Affleck's character, to go into further character development for him specifically. I feel like that was really, really missing. So it's, yeah, you felt bad that he wants to find his daughter, but you didn't feel bad enough where you really have that connection with him. You're on the edge of your seat like, we gotta root for this man. He's gotta find his daughter. There are also some plot holes. Again, I can't get into it because I feel like I'm really bordering on spoilers if I start talking about plot holes. So overall, a very entertaining film. I felt that they could have spent less time doing a little less, like at least shorter of action scenes, and to focus more on the character developments, because it's the characters that really make this movie, in my opinion, and I really think we could have dived more into it. But man, I will say this movie really kept me entertained for like the, I think, hour 40, hour 45 that I was in the theater. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this movie. If you're curious about the movie couple rating scale, it is listed for you in the video description below. So again, super entertaining, fun action, great performance by the cast. Really felt like we could have gotten more character development, literally from like the few main characters. We could have delved into that a little bit more, because I really feel like we had the time. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this movie a matinee it. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know when you see the movie your thoughts by coming back here and commenting below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.